This is going to be my intro video for my project pan. This is the first project pan of 2015. I'm really excited about it. Now I'm just going to be doing a project 10 pan simply because the last 3 months of 2015 I spent on some pretty difficult products. So I thought I would just pick 10 this time, give myself a little break, and then maybe my next project pan will be a project 20 pan. The first item, this is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. This has an SPF of 20 and this is in the shade Nude. And this is just a half of a fluid ounce, but I can't wear this on its own. It's way too dark for me. It's probably 2, maybe 3 shades too dark. So I do have to mix this in with something. So this is going to take me quite some time. I held it up to the light and I am all the way up there. So this is pretty full. I think I've used it twice. So this should last me for a very long time. I have that guy, and then I have the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade 002 Vanilla. And while the product isn't settled down towards the bottom, you can actually see, maybe you can, like right there, there's some the inside of the, you can see through the packaging, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I have taken the stopper out, and it's not like a completely full product, but there is a ton of product still left in here. I have finished up one of these concealers before, and I actually had to end up cutting it open to get every last little bit of product out. So there is a ton of product in here. It's probably going to be one of the last items hanging on, honestly. And then I have another face powder. This is the Physicians Formula Powder Palette. This is in the shade Buff. And I did the same thing with my Clinique blush that's in the Finish 7 by Spring. Since the top of the packaging here is clear, I just drew kind of where my pan is showing through, and then every time I do an update I'll just outline my pan that's showing. So let me show you where I'm at the moment. This does have 9 grams initially when you start with one of these brand new, so that is where I'm at so far. I started using this when I finished up my MAC powder that was in my last Project 20 pan, and I just barely finished that up the first part of 2015, so I haven't been working on this for very long, but I can finish up a face powder typically between 8 and 9 grams within 2 to 3 months, somewhere in there. So this should last about a month and a half, I would say, and then it should be finished up. I have a bronzer here. This is the Nars Laguna bronzer in, this is just the little duo one. This has 2.5 grams of product. This does have the same amount of product as the last Laguna bronzer that I finished up. I'm not going to be focusing on this blush over here, but just the bronzer. So Ronnie from Crayon Box, I'll link her in the description box down there below, but she sent me this because she doesn't wear blush because her cheeks are naturally red, and she's not a big bronzer fan. So she was using the Laguna bronzer as an eyeshadow. You can kind of see she has a little dip right there. I'm hoping that this shouldn't take too long. I remember I did finish up the other bronzer pretty quickly because I do use it as a bronzer and a contour. So I'm pretty fair, so I like to bronze up almost every day. So I'm excited to play with this, and I'm excited to use this because after I use up this side over here, I can actually repress something else into here, and then I can play with 2 different blushes. The next item is my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Perversion. Now, I didn't mark on here, obviously. It's black packaging and there's nowhere to mark, but I will get a piece of paper and mark on the paper for you guys so you can see my progress as soon as I get home. I have noticed that the Urban Decay pencils do go pretty quick, and so I think using it on my upper lash line as well as the waterline and tight lining with it, it'll go pretty quick. I also have 2 lipsticks here. This first one, this is the Maybelline Color Whisper in Petal Rebel. I really like this shade. Let me show you. That's what I have in here. They don't really come with a lot of product, but I measure all of my lip products. I hold them up to the bottom of, like, where the base of the lipstick is, and then I hold it up and draw a line on the cap, and it's just easier to keep track of your progress like that. So I do have a swatch here for you. This is a very beautiful sheer brighter pink shade. I think this is easy to wear and it looks lovely with almost anything. Then the other lipstick is going to be a little bit more challenging. This is the L'Oreal lipstick in the shade Ferris Nude, which is 800. And I did mark the progress on this one as well. So you can see I have a lot more product in this lipstick than the other one. But I hold it up just like that. I am right where the line is. This is definitely one of my favorite nude lipsticks. That is it right there. It's just beautiful. I really think that if you have a smokier eye or a darker eye look, this is a beautiful lipstick to wear with it. So it really does complement almost any darker eye look that I've ever worn. This is also one of my oldest lipsticks, so I do need to get through that guy ASAP. And then I have a lip gloss here. This is the Essence XXL Shine Gloss in the shade Nude Kiss. Typically, I like to peel off these little white stickers that they like to put on the applicator caps, but if I peel it off, then I won't have the name because there's no name on the bottom of this lip gloss. There is a swatch of Nude Kiss right there on my hand. It does have little micro shimmer in it, but you can't feel the shimmer or the glitter pieces on your lips, and they don't really show up too apparent on the lips. So when it's all settled down, I just took the applicator out so you can't really see where the product is, but there, I'm right there, not too far down in this lip gloss, and it does have, I think, 5 milliliters or 0.16 fluid ounces. So there's a decent amount of product in this lip gloss. It's going to take me a little while. This next item, this is the new Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I got a free sample from Ulta the other day. I went in and purchased some nail polish remover, and they let me have a free sample of this new mascara. I think it said on the card it's going to be released February 27th. So this is a really nice mascara. It's kind of, the wand kind of reminds me of the Benefit They're Real, but this one definitely separates and lengthens and volumizes all at the same time, and it definitely holds my curl too, so I'm excited to use this mascara sample. I've found that little mini samples like this tend to be used up within less than 2 months, so this one shouldn't be too hard to use up. I do love it. This last item, this is going to be a perfume. This is, I really like doing that because I do have a lot of perfumes, and while I do like using up a ton of makeup, I would really like to make a big dent in my perfumes for this year. So this is the final item. This is the Designer Imposters kind of knockoff perfume of the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy. And I gotta say, this smells identical. I found this at Walmart. It was under $3. It says, if you like Viva La Juicy, you'll love our rocket. So if you want to try out the Viva La Juicy and you don't want to spend like $30 on the small size of the perfume, definitely get one of these. I did mark this here. I'm about to there. Obviously, I can't see through the packaging, but when I shake it, it sounds like it's right up in this region up here somewhere. So I'm really excited to get through this because I do have the Viva La Juicy perfume, but I have this one too. So I thought I would use up this guy first. So anyway, that is it. Those are all of my 10 items. I'm thinking about doing an update every 2 weeks. Let me know if you guys are up for that. If you want it to be every 3 weeks, I don't mind. I'm hoping that this won't last more than 2 months, 2.5 months. But anyway, that is it. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.